Greetings from downtown Cleveland. Today is January 7th, 2022. It's about 7 o'clock a.m. in the morning, and I decided to film early this morning because I believe this is the first snowfall of the winter season here in Cleveland. Now, granted, we don't have a ton of accumulation on the ground, but it's still nice to see. The wind is blowing. Temperature right now is about 18 degrees, feels like 3. Because it's not a ton of accumulation, you can see like the snow on the ground is not completely covering the sidewalk. It's been a bit of a feathery snow, and you can see looks like they're salting the square. I don't know if the ice rink is still in operation. I'd have to check the hours online, but it's still up there. Now, yesterday when I was coming by on the bus, I was a little surprised, like, oh man, they're taking down the big Christmas tree already? Unless they're doing some repair on it, but to me it looks like they're disassembling the digital tree. As you can see, it's not on right now. I thought they would keep it up through most of January, but the rest of the lights are still on and displays are still up, so who knows, maybe they had a technical glitch and they're trying to fix it. Well, they really got the trucks working. You know what? Let's cross the street here while they're working there. So the accumulation on this side actually looks a bit bigger. I was trying to think in my head what route to show off during the snow, because I've walked Euclid Avenue in the past. I probably will end up walking Euclid, but I thought to myself, why not walk over by the mall areas, see how much snow is visible on what would be the grass. I'm expecting a big patch of white snow now. I believe this will be the first video that I've shot in Cleveland for the year 2022. I did do a snow walk. Ooh, the street was a little slippery there. You wouldn't expect it. Yeah, geez. Alright, so you would see this ground right here? That is pretty slick. I have boots on, but boots weren't getting good traction on that. See, I don't usually go in these areas when the snow is falling or early in the morning. So here, instead of having vehicles, they have several people manually shoveling the snow, or pushing the snow at least. Now, since it's not too lit, you probably can't see the actual snow falling from this angle. Well, maybe you can. How about we'll cross back over this way. And then we can head back up toward Euclid. I wonder if the arcade is open. Maybe we can cut through the arcade and get over to Euclid. There you can see the wind on that ground blowing the snow. So that's what I was trying to say, like the snow is not completely covering the ground because a lot of it's falling and then the wind is blowing it to where it accumulates where the crevices in the sidewalk are or up against the side of a building. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if the arcade is open at this time of day. On our left here is one of the buildings of the Cleveland Public Library. This is the old main building. Right now, the Cleveland Public Library system is closed to the public as of December 27th, 2021. When I say closed, I mean the insides are closed. You can still request items and pick them up in certain locations, but because of COVID-related cases, they've implemented that. They have some light Christmas decorations in there, kind of like the simple cardboard cutouts. Looks like they have the garden area closed. When I walked by here the other day, it was closed during the day even. But throughout the rest of the year, they usually have exhibits there, art exhibits that are nice to look at. And then this is the Lewis Stokes wing. It seems newer to me, but it's actually been around a long time now. And anytime I return items downtown early in the morning, I always drop them in that book drop because otherwise there's no other place to put them until the library opens. This is Guy's Pizza. I would say about like 5 years ago, they used to have slices for $1. Now it's escaping me whether it was $1.25 or $1.50 a slice. I want to say it was $1.50 a slice. And I would get them regularly, but now I think they're jacked up to like $2.50 or $3 a slice, which is the case with a lot of places and inflation. Let's see if we can cut through the arcade. I assume it's open, especially since it's a Hyatt hotel right now. Let's see here. I also filmed this during one of my Christmas videos back in December. I did a tour of downtown Cleveland from the Playhouse Square area all the way down to Public Square, mostly going down Euclid, showing any of the Christmas decorations. And then I popped in the arcade, and someone was actually painting a picture from the Euclid Avenue side, pointing inward toward the Christmas tree. And I found that person on Twitter by accident. Like, I stumbled into them tweeting about their finished product. It looked really good. His name escapes me right now, but if I remember, maybe I'll throw that in the description. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people, I mean, you would think if you're a Clevelander, you would know about the arcade and how you can just cut through them, whether it be this arcade or the one across the street, but plus sometimes it's just a nice escape. Share your photos. See, I'm always looking for extra publicity. Maybe I'll retweet. Not retweet. Send them tag them in a picture and see if they retweet me. So back for the snow walk now on Euclid. Here at East 4th Street there. Alright, we've got good lighting here on Euclid, so that helps illuminate the current snowfall. Now the sidewalk here on Euclid is pretty well covered. Maybe it sticks. Well, now I can see why. I was talking about the crevices earlier, and that's right, they have the nice, at least I always love the look on Euclid of the sidewalk, the brick looking feel, but that means there's a ton of crevices, so snow is gonna easily accumulate in all those spots. I will say though, it is slick. Every step I'm taking, my boots are going left and right. There's hardly any traffic this early in the morning. See, this building is lit up in red, white, and blue like the Terminal Tower was. I wonder if they do that in unison. And I also didn't know that this building could do different colors or not. I had seen the red and green during the Christmas season. Okay, so here we're outside of the Pnc Building, and you can clearly tell that they've salted outside here. There's construction across the street there. I should really read up on this, but I'm pretty sure I've read about a city club apartments or something like that that are being planned or developed, so maybe that's what that's supposed to be instead of a parking lot. But yeah, the whole PNC area here is salted. So that should help throughout the day, you would imagine. So my feet are not slipping at all in this area. That wind continues to blow. You can see it's coming from the south, blowing toward the north. Let's see here, can we make this light? I think I can speed walk it enough. So we're at East 9th Street now. Heard someone say the other day that some of the plastic barriers by Progressive Field were removed when new mayor Justin Bibb was appointed. And then others were on Twitter chirping about, hey, what about those barricades at Public Square, which have been a bit of a eyesore, which I always thought about that too. It's like you developed the new Public Square the way it was, hoping for it to be an open square for walking people to walk, and yet you have these barricades there that are lining the left and right sides of the squares, or north and south sides of the squares, however you want to, view it. I mean, on one hand, I get that it could protect from possible vehicles going there and running over people in the square, but I mean, you might as well say the same thing about any sidewalk that exists. And I know there were some thoughts that maybe former Mayor Jackson did it because he was upset that the RTA buses were still running through the middle of the square. But who knows? When I did my Christmas video, and I'm going to cross back over to this side now. When I did my Christmas video back in December, I passed through the Halley Building to show this exhibit, which is still up and will show through the windows here again. And at the time, I didn't know how to describe it. See? And someone pointed out on Twitter or on YouTube, like, hey, it's the Nutcracker. Which I felt silly about afterward because it seems obvious, but I've never watched the play or something, so it didn't quite strike me at the time. Speaking of that Christmas video, I want to thank everyone who gave me kind words about it. Brought up a lot of memories, especially for people who aren't currently living in the area. Here's yours truly. You can see they're open early. So it should be about 7:20 a.m. right now as we approach Playhouse Square. The wind seems to be blowing a little bit less right now. I don't think we're going to get a ton more of accumulation today. I looked at the weather forecast and it showed snow for maybe around the 10 a.m., 11 a.m. area. But only like a 30% chance of snow. And then the rest of the day is just going to be colder. Here's our nice shot of that ornament with Playhouse Square. Flip it around. First time I get to look at myself in the snow. I'm definitely bundled up. Got my jackets on, hat. I had an extra scarf on earlier, but that's the one thing I like about the mask, is that it kind of serves as a thinner scarf that you can wear during the winter time. Always look behind you before you cross out into a intersection. Cibrio Italian Kitchen. Pretty sure they are reopened. I think I read that back in November or December. The Allen Theater, Ohio Theater, State Theater all look dim right now. I know during the Christmas time, I kept reading updates every day about how, like, oh, the performance of Wicked on this day or this day was canceled because of COVID-19 cases. I don't know if that was with the performers or just cases in general. And then other days they would say, oh, today we are going to carry on or perform. So it was like hit or miss. So it's too bad if you buy tickets and your event is canceled for a certain day. I know, that happens around any events in the country or the world. My one friend who was visiting Ireland during the Christmas New Year's season had a ticket to go somewhere in Ireland. I think it was some racing event. And he said it was his particular day was canceled, which is like the final day of the event, because of, I don't know if it was canceled or they just didn't allow fans to attend. So he had to make alternative plans. And lots of flight cancellations too during the holiday season, and not necessarily because of weather. A lot of it due to staffing shortages. I mean, all of a sudden if you have rising cases and then your crews are calling off, you can only fulfill so many flights then. So feel bad for anyone who was trying to travel and ran into interruptions. I was fortunate that I had a flight leaving December 22nd in the evening, so that was not interrupted. And then coming back January 3rd, that one was also not interrupted. Both of my trips were on Frontier Airlines, and it's weird because in your head you think to yourself like, oh, Frontier, low budget airline, but it's not. From what I've seen, it doesn't seem like they really cancel too many flights. Maybe because they actually offer, I don't know if they do offer fewer flights. In my head I feel like they do, but I feel like they're not when they're low budget operation, that just means they offer cheaper fares. And, you know, their strategy is charge you higher for upgrades like bags or seat selections and things like that. But in terms of quality of service and departure time, I haven't run into too many issues, except once when a electrical system failed and they had to take like 3 hours to reboot it. But they did offer me a voucher credit for a portion of the airfare for the inconvenience, so that was nice when they did that. So it's great that it's been snowing this whole time during the video, but getting close to a half hour into it, and we will be ending it soon since we're here at Cleveland State University, which is pretty much what I view as the cutoff or end of the downtown Cleveland area. It's too bad that not many restaurants are open here. Even Burgers to Beer, which reopened back in August, I think, they closed after like 2 months and are pretty sure they're not coming back. I will give a shout out to this place here called Enjoy. I hope they're able to stick around. They have delicious Philly cheesesteak sandwiches and fries. The cheesesteak sandwich and fry combination costs $10. And I try to eat there maybe at least once a week, and it's been tasty every time. And the guy, usually one guy working there, always very nice. Local business, so. And I've heard a lot of people on campus talk about that place through word of mouth, like, hey, have you heard about this place called Enjoy? So feel free to check them out if you're in the area. They offer many other sandwiches too, besides cheesesteak. It's just, I tried that, and it's oftentimes, if you're a new customer, I hear him recommend that. Like, oh, we offer a cheesesteak. People try it and love it. Okay, so we're going to end the video here. If you enjoyed this snow walk through downtown Cleveland early in the morning, feel free to hit the like button or give us a subscription. They're always free to do. All you have to do is hit subscribe on YouTube and you'll just be alerted anytime we post a new video. I'm going to be carrying my DJI Pocket 2 camera around with me anywhere I go, so when I am traveling anywhere and all of a sudden there is snow or anything else interesting to show, I can just grab the camera out and start recording, because I'd love to show some more intense snowfalls, because I know at some point we're going to get like multiple feet of accumulation on the ground and thicker snow. Yeah, thanks again for tuning in, and take care, everyone.